Oh, wait 1 second. I have to get my phone.
Uh-oh, she disappeared. Hey, everyone, I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report, second intermission show. What a surprise, but what a killer.
Yep.
That goal with 4 seconds left right now scares the crap out of me. And especially since the Avalanche are up 3-1 on Vegas, or not Vegas, on the Kings. So the Avalanche are doing their job. We might be doing our job. Best second period in a while. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Let's start with Lance. What's your impression so far, bud?
I thought it was a pretty good second period. I thought they played they had the same game plan going into the second period that they did in the first period. They wanted to make sure that the Vegas Knights couldn't run up and down the ice and race everywhere like they like to do. So I thought it was a pretty good defensive game for them. But like we all talked about every game when this happens, those late goals are just so demoralizing. And hopefully they can keep their head up and move into the third period and continue to play like they have in the first two. I mean, there's been very few huge mistakes made in this game. There's been a couple, but nothing that I would call huge that is detrimental to them winning the game.
Yeah, I'm just concerned about that goal at the last second. What's on your mind there, Brock?
Well, I agree. It's like, we finally put it together in the second. We hadn't seen it all year, and it's like, okay, great. Get a great lead 3-1, get Jaden Schwartz back on the board. I mean, so many positives. And then here comes the big stinker in the soup, the goal at the last period. And it's just been something all year with these guys. So, Kat, what do you think?
I mean, I enjoyed the period. Actually, I don't think the last goal scares me that much because we've been playing terrifically and we have been playing up. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and ask if the Vegas Knights I was going to ask if they were playing down, but I actually don't think so. Marchessault is playing his fastest game I think I've ever seen him play. He's getting to the corner so quickly that kind of truly terrifies me. But to be honest with you, that line one with Sanford, O'Reilly, and Perron with that goal, that was seamless. That was chef's kiss. That was my favorite play of the game. I just wanted to highlight it because everybody was questioning if Sanford deserved that line. But as you guys said, as I've been watching the
including people on the show.
Yes. Oh no! Called out.
Hey, one assist doesn't make a guy great.
I got you.
No.
He doesn't have one assist this season, though.
1,200 mistakes. Put it up against one assist. I'll still judge him on his 1,200.
I was
mistakes.
actually trying to point at Guy, not you, Lance. But if you
I'm
pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, Sanford still hasn't done the things he's needed to do, and it's the opposite. You remember the old saying, the military saying, "One aw crap ruins 1,000 attaboys." Well, in Sanford's case, 1,000 aw craps isn't covered up by one attaboy.
Well, I'll definitely agree with Kat. It was a very good pass.
He does have 5 assists. He does have 5 assists though this season. Just saying.
Yeah, it was an excellent pass. And like I said, when he plays well, I'll say he plays well. When he plays bad, I'll say he plays bad. But that was a very, very good pass to get through those two defenders and right on the tape. So
man,
you got to give him credit for that.
I've taken so much heat for defending that guy, and I think he's an okay player, but I just think people have it they expected too much for him. I'm just not sure what they expected they were getting with Zach Sanford. I mean, he wasn't a top line scorer. I think maybe at one time I thought he could be elite, but he's not. Yeah, he's not. So
well, I think that the reason people expect so much out of him is normally he's on the ice a lot, and until recently he's not been set. So people think he's a great player because he never gets set. He doesn't make mistakes, and that's why I think people get so polarized with him, either love him or hate him. Is that he's been pushed out to be this great person, and there's a lot of people on Twitter that have told me that, and I know even Kat and Brock won't agree with me on this one. Well, analytics say he's a top 20 forward in the NHL. No, they don't. And if they do, you need to take that book on analytics, burn it, and then throw it in the trash with the ashes.
I haven't read that. I haven't read that he was in the top 20.
Yeah, I've had people that have direct messaging me about him. So
yeah, well,
there was an article on Gateway City Sports, and that was the old blog that I was part of. And it talked about, and it went into some numbers with Sanford, and it said that he actually was the second least turnover guy as far as numbers and players with 300 minutes. Okay, maybe, but I'm going to go with the eye test. Say again?
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I was like, maybe, but
the eye test tells me that when it's an important moment, he turns the puck over and it ends up in the back of the net. That's what I'm going with. So you can throw every number you want at me. Lance, I know you agree with me on this. The eye test tells everything.
Yeah, because analytics don't take everything to an account. Like with a goalie, well, he makes so many, high risk scoring. There's so many high risk scoring chances against him. But you know what analytics doesn't take into account? Who's shooting the damn puck? Is it Crosby or is it Bertuzzo? Would you rather have Crosby shoot against you in a high risk situation or Robert Bertuzzo? I would rather have Robert Bertuzzo do it. And that's one thing analytics do not take that into account. And they're a good piece of thing to use. But like I said, I'm going to give Sanford credit. He hasn't looked bad in tonight's game, and he's made a few good plays.
That line's been well. Yeah. Hey, here's a good question for you. Panger said Robert Lanier isn't rock solid in the net, and his lateral movement isn't confident. What are you seeing from him, Lance?
Yeah, with the bigger guys, sometimes he's 6'5", I think, and 230. Sometimes if you don't come into a game and really be on your game, you can look really slow and sluggish, especially from going from post to post. If you're not on your game with that amount of size and you don't do things just right, you're going to let in some goals that you shouldn't. And I don't think he's been bad tonight, but he surely as heck hasn't had his best game tonight.
I don't know. In our defense, the goals that we had were precise. They weren't snipers, but they were precise. Yeah. They were aimed properly. They were in the bottom corners. I mean, at those angles, I was like, how on earth were you even able to get that in? The first goal, obviously not so much because that was a little fumble 1-2 in front of the net. But the against us, I mean. So what I'm saying is whenever we go against Leonard, I think he's doing pretty good. I think he just can't see. I think he can't see in his peripherals, what's going on there. But I've never been a goalie, and Panger probably knows more than me, and so does Lance.
Yeah, he's not looking good like he did in the last game he played against the Blues. Yeah. And, a bigger guy, when they get in the net and they hold that corner, there's a lot of body to hold against that corner. And sometimes they tend to think that they're closer to the goalpost than they actually are. And they leave a spot open and it just goes right in there. Yeah. It's like that shot that went right between his legs. You've got to close that 5-hole quickly. And, that goal definitely to me is on him. He should have had that. He should have saved that one.
Guys, I just had something pop up. I'm going to work in getting this shared out because you're going to freaking love this. You guys go ahead and talk about what's going to happen for the rest of the period and what you think's going on while I work on getting this up because you guys are going to freaking love it. You just got to give me a moment. Okay.
Are you going to sing? You're not going to sing, right?
Right? No, I'm not going to sing this time, but I'm going to take myself out. Brock, you got this for a second while I try and set this up. Well, you're going to freaking love this. This is something from the Hockey Warriors, and I just got to get it out there. So stand by.
Hey, first of all, you guys, I love everything we do. I love the energy that we all bring here each week. So thank you. But, Kat, from where you stand, what do the Blues need to do to put this game away? I mean, they got 20 minutes away. They've been pretty good in the third. What do they got to do?
Number one, I think Barbashev needs to keep doing what he's doing because I am so obsessed with the way he's been playing. That hit he had in the center, just boom. About 6 minutes into the second, I was like, okay. And he's just shy of 180 pounds. I mean, the guy's quite small, but he's getting the forecheck and they're so great. Second, I do think Bennington needs to potentially find the puck a little bit more. And I also think that we need to stay on Marchessault. I think Marchessault is just running us ragged. It's like he's playing every position almost. He almost never stays in wing. It's like, my goodness. But for when it comes to the Blues, I think that our defense is doing great. Falk, incredible. I have the first period for Falk's first period was actually better than his second, I think. But he leads the league in time on ice.
Yeah.
So
he's been a very, very pleasant surprise, but not to me, because somebody at the beginning of the season talked about that when everybody else said that Krug and Falk shouldn't be together. I was the only one, and even Panger agreed with me. And what happens?
Krug's not living up. It's not Falk for me. It's Krug.
You weren't the only one, because last year, if you remember, Guy, I told people to give Falk another year in the system.
Yeah, another year. That's true.
He's in his off wing. He's not playing his normal defensive position. Give him another year, and he's going to be just fine. And people thought I was nuts, just like they thought you were nuts. True. You were saying that. And you could just tell the guy looked a little lost in the system. And everybody says, well, Berube's system is simple. It is simple in a way, but you're responsible a lot more for different things in his defensive scheme.
That was the bubble.
A lot of teams. Yeah.
And Roland's saying the same with Krug, and I think so. Boy, I said it right for a change. Okay, guys.
Krug.
Yeah. So I got to show you this. You guys are going to absolutely love this. Okay. Tracy Cockrum, who is the goalie for the B team of the Hockey Warriors, wants to raise 10 grand so they can get the retro jerseys for the Blues Hockey Warriors. I love it. I absolutely love it. It is a GoFundMe. It's on GoFundMe. I'm not sure how to find it. I just kind of brought it up. It's Tracy raising money for team jerseys. She sent me a link. There you go, from Oakville, Missouri. Oakville.
Hey, guy. All they have to do is go there to GoFundMe and look up raising money for team jerseys, or Tracy raising money for team jerseys.
Yep. There you go.
Just go to Google and look it up, and it'll show up.
Remember, I think this is for the Hockey Warriors.
Yep. I think that's the Hockey Warriors.
It's an admirable organization.
Yep.
Great work.
Absolutely. I think it's great. And you know what? I'm going to show it on the shows and let them know. I'm going to help them get it out. I have a lot of groups that you're not allowed to put GoFundMes in, and I normally will not share GoFundMes. I've had people ask me before. I don't feel comfortable doing it. This is different. I will share this one. I like this. I think it's cool. I support Tracy, and I'll keep that out. Okay, we're getting there. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, the host of the Blue Note Fan Report on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're brought to you today by Forrest Crump Enterprises, War Stories Coffee, and MikeZoop.com. Above me is the Russian Cat. To my diagonal is Lance from The Drop. And to my, I think it's my left or my right, one of the sides, is Brock Banner from STL Fan Report and the Hockey Writers. We're talking Blues hockey. And right now, the Avalanche are up 3-1 on the Kings, and the Blues got that 3-2 lead. Remember, Gary Unger said 3-2, but he said it would be OT. So I'm taking the 3-2, but he said Falk would score. So right now I ain't getting no Falk points.
Yeah.
This is too unpredictable of a game. This is just too unpredictable.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you there.
Yeah,
I wish I knew. I wish I had better.
Kat, we were talking earlier. We missed you. We were talking earlier. What do you think about the gold helmets?
Oh my God, they're trash.
Aren't they terrible?
So when they skate, here's the thing I noticed, and this is just because I'm a Virgo and a perfectionist, but they have an actual literal higher point at the very back of it. So when they skate, they look like a little Naruto character speed skater going through. And I was like, man, Vegas, everything just has to be a show with Vegas, and it just showed like they look cheap. Actually, they look like they are cheaper helmets. And I mean, whatever. The better thing is that we beat them, and they can, look ugly and have a retro jersey, even though they've never been a retro team. Let them be in their own world that Vegas showed them. We don't care.
No, you see, for me, somebody said it earlier, and I thought, oh wow, they said it looks like a bunch of CP3O skating out there.
It does.
Exactly.
That was a great. Okay, now for the third period, aka most stressful period of the year so far. Yes and no. Yeah, because even if we lose, the Knights lose, our Kings lose more than likely, and it doesn't matter. We still play the Kings. We still can get that point from the Kings.
I got something for Lance, okay? Because a lot of people talk about teams at this part of the year, they're playing loose. And how important is it the Blues, because they've been playing very tight for a long period of time. And I'll ask both of you guys, how important is it that they can start playing a little bit looser as they get into the playoffs?
You've got to stay focused, but to be successful, you have to play loose. You have to pretend like you've been there before. I'm not saying don't take everything nonchalantly. If you want to win, you do have to be loose. You got to be confident in yourself. You don't want to be too overconfident. But the Blues in that Stanley Cup Finals, when they beat Boston, they were physical, but they were loose. Especially in that last game, and you could tell how loose they were when our buddy, the big rig, told the Boston bench that everybody's effed.
Yep.
I mean, love that.
That's about as loose as you can get.
That.
And there's a fine line between too loose and not being focused and being focused, and just like, hey guys, let's go out here and have some fun. We're going to win this game. We know we're going to win. The
Ashley Weiss interview, I asked her, what is something that would surprise Blues fans about the team behind the scenes? And she said that when they're loose, they play outstanding.
Yep.
When they're out there playing soccer, when they're not tight, when they're not worried about things, when it's not, when they come out and they're all loose and they're all oogly and googly and giggly and, like little girls, that's when they play their best hockey.
Yeah. Because if you're not, pushing, if
they're a family.
If they're not loose and they're pushing, when you try not to make mistakes, you make more mistakes. So it's fun. You do have to be somewhat of a family. I mean, there's guys on a roster that aren't your friends, when you play with them, but when you're on the ice, you want them to do their best. And teams like the teams that handle each other in that fashion, they play loose. They want everybody to succeed. And a lot of times in the end, they do succeed.
Hey, Vitaly, welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. This is the guy that went on his honeymoon, and while on his honeymoon, he was watching my show. I love it. Yeah. Okay, we got about 2 minutes left. So, guys, what do you think? What's in your impressions? What do we need to do in the second period? Start up there. I'll start on the side with Brock Banner, and we'll work our way around. Got to make it quick. You got 30 seconds.
I'm looking for Jaden Schwartz to come up big. Break it open. Jaden Schwartz, another goal. 4-2, excuse me.
Jaden Schwartz, 4-2. Brock, Lance?
I want to see the Blues have that killer instinct. I don't want a 3-2 game. I want a 5-2 or 6-2 statement game. Am I going to be happy if they win 3-2? Yeah. I want to see a statement game where they tell the Knights, hey, we're going to meet you in the playoffs, and this is not going to be fun for you.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you. I absolutely believe that. Okay, the Russian cat.
I would like our passes to be completed. I would like less fanning. I would like more people in the zone in front of the net. And I would like us to stop passing the front in the defensive zone in front of the net.
Okay, guys. Well,
happy with that.
Yep.
The game is back on. I might have two other guests, so stand by for the post. I don't know who I'm inviting yet. So if you get an invite, if you don't be hurt. Okay. Once I know who's coming, I'll let you guys know. I love you guys all. This is Guy, the Y Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, enjoy the third period. I'll see you at the post-game show. Let's get busy.